Let's now discuss both these visits, the one to Cyprus and the upcoming one to Canada, with our guest now. Manjeev Singh Puri joins us on the show now. Welcome, sir, to the program. First of all, how do you see the strategic direction given to the growing partnership between India and Cyprus today through Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit?
Tanvi, thank you very much. In my opinion, very important. And I'll tell you why. Let your viewers, especially those who live in Delhi, remember, right in the heart of Delhi, we have Archbishop Makarios Road, right running through Golf Lane. You know, this is a testament to the old relationships that India has with Cyprus. Of course, I recall the Northern Line movement and all of that. And Cyprus has been a steadfast friend of India. Now, I want to say that after 20 years, an Indian Prime Minister visiting, I think this is significant, extremely significant and important for a number of reasons. Economic reasons, your reporter has very rightly enunciated: energy security. Let's not forget climate change. The fact that Cyprus is quite an important IT hub and a lot of Indian companies and Indians are associated with all that. It's also an important financial player, and all those are very important. But let's not forget the India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor. Cyprus is well positioned geographically for all of that. So there's a strategic element. And now I want to say there's something else too. You alluded to that. India's support for Cyprus, a country which was divided as a result of the Turkish invasion of its northern part and hiving off that particular part from the rest of Cyprus. India has been steadfast in its support for the Cypriots and for Cyprus's sovereignty, etc. This is something the Cyprus people in Cyprus remember and they always cherish, and this is something that we have very rightly, touched upon. The aspect of Turkey, its friendship with Pakistan, all of those get noticed and extremely well played without those being the direct element. Secondly, let us remember that Cyprus is a member of the European Union. It will hold the chair of the European Council next year, the rotating chair, and their president has already invited the Prime Minister to come for the summit when it will be held in Cyprus. Now, Europe, for whatever we may say, declining, etc., remains not just a massive economic power, but a massive geopolitical player in the world, and for India, a massive partner. So, to have this particular conversation, and I recall during the COVID days, Prime Minister Modi was perhaps the second head of government of another region to have addressed the entire European Council leadership. So very significant. All of these add up tremendously. And of course, Cyprus is strong in its affirmation for India's membership of the UN Security Council, permanent membership, and its complete and total condemnation of terror. They themselves know what exactly we're talking about. So absolutely a critical visit, if I may say, which has economic links, which has geopolitical links and strategic links for India, Cyprus, India and Europe, and let me say the world.
The Cypriot president also conferred the Grand Cross of the Order of Makarios III on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. A word about this signal honor.
So, Tanvi, look, your reporter also mentioned that many other countries have been honoring Prime Minister Modi. And, of course, it's a great testament to him, the chemistry that he has developed with world leaders and his leadership of India over 10 years. But in addition to this, let me echo what the Prime Minister said himself, that he accepts this award as a result of, as a token of what India is and what India means to the world. And look, let's be very clear. India is a country which is not just growing. We are the fourth largest economy in the world. We will become the third largest soon. But we are a country of tremendous interest virtually to every country in the world. And this is a clear testimony to those countries' interest and recognizing the fact that India matters and it matters to them. That's a tremendous change from all of the past. And for the future, believe me, it augurs tremendously well.
Both India and Cyprus have expressed readiness to support the conclusion of the EU-India Free Trade Agreement by the end of this year. How significant would this agreement be?
Well, the EU is India's largest economic partner. They may be the second largest trading partner, but they are by far the largest investors in India. It's an economic bloc with which we have the largest of not just relationship, but the greatest comfort level. If we want to do standards in India, we look to the European Union. If we want to do any other forms of distribution of economic assets, etc., the EU is a natural ally, a natural partner. So, this is an agreement, in my view, and I've served as India's ambassador there, is something that, we have a vested interest in pursuing. I know the fact that many people in India think we are a large market, they should be going after us. But let's remember, at $19 trillion to our roughly about $3.5 trillion, the European Union is 6 times our size. They have been there, they know everything, they're part of the global scenario. And they are huge and massive purveyors of both technology as well as finance. So we should make our push. I am glad that for a variety of reasons, the Chinese presence, Indo-Pacific issues, and now President Trump, the Europeans are also saying, look, we have to hedge our bets. It can't be just the transatlantic partnership. And who among the others are those with whom we have a natural affinity? It's India. It's time to take this forward. I see good signals emanating from the Commerce Ministry, from the European Commission, which is really the body in charge of it. It's not really the countries, the Commission. But frankly, the countries matter. And if they push, like the Cyprus president has said he would, and he will have the presidency next year, all this augurs well. We should really take this particular free trade agreement forward, and also the investment treaty, which is separately being negotiated.
Okay. Moving on to the upcoming G7 summit now, sir. What are the key issues that will likely be raised at the summit?
Tanvi, let me first echo the German Chancellor who said the Middle East. I mean, how, we can keep saying that the G7 is an economic body, but it brings together the leaders of the largest and biggest democracies in the world. And with its outreach, including India, Australia, Brazil, South Africa, what is left in the world other than China and Russia? So therefore, whether we like it or not, politics certainly dominates one way or the other. But this is a very peculiar G7 summit. After I don't know how many years, for the first time, the G7 is finding it difficult to agree. And what is the reason? The reason is not how you should deal with Israel or how should you deal with the Middle East conflict. No, they would have found ways. It's about President Trump and his unsettling the very fundament of all of this, which is the transatlantic alliance. He's, again, in his Trump 2.0, pulling into question, talking about the European Union, which is really all the countries of Europe put together, no matter side deals with the UK, etc. Asking questions about that relationship. Are the Europeans pushing the Europeans pay much more? In a sense, hedging the bets in terms of that relationship. So therefore, this is a very peculiar G7 summit. And I'm very glad that the Canadians have actually been able to pull it off or bring it to this level, that they have the Americans there, they have everybody else there, the major outreach partners, India included, they have them there because the issues fundamentally are internal to them. The rest of them are known to us.
Yes,
we want work done on energy security. We want work done on climate change, artificial intelligence. Each and every one of these global issues are issues of interest. But if the United States has a little bit of, let me say, an isolationist or pull-back agenda to it, then frankly, getting the entire world together on major global issues doesn't become a very easy task. But that's the way the world is. You need to act with it. You need to react. You need to take cognizance of it, and you need to take things forward.
Yes, and like you mentioned, it's peculiar indeed that they have already decided on not having a joint communique, but chair summaries. So let's see where G7 summit is headed. A lot of action expected from Canada as well tomorrow. Thank you very much, Manjeev Singh Puri ji, for being with us.
Thank you very much.